All over the world, museums are being asked to justify our considerable expense that derives from the enormous scholarly apparatus that we bear, from the number of specialists who care for our collections, including curators, conservators, registrars, educators, and guards, to costly climate control systems, to the cost of serving millions of visitors in highly specialized facilities focused on preserving and protecting priceless works of art. When governments, corporations, and individuals face ever more difficult choices about where shrinking resources should go, museums are moving down the priority list after feeding people, housing them, employing them, and giving them access to creature comforts expected by the middle class. Interactive communication offers the only scalable platform to make a case for relevance about what we collect and preserve. I doubt that the Prado would seek to welcome multiples of the number of visitors it today enjoys, any more than the Metropolitan Museum wishes that its 5 million visitors could grow to 10 million visitors annually. That would be a recipe for shared discomfort, new hazards for our collections, astronomically higher operating costs, and statistically minor advancement of the educational mandate of our museums. By contrast, social computing offers the means by which art museums and their collections and programs can become accessible on a scale that matters, and thus by which art museums can seek to explain ourselves to an increasingly complicated world with shrinking patience for nuance. The issue for the Prado and for all art museums in the world is, in other words, not what to put up on the web. It's how to stay relevant in a world that's changing so fast we can't predict what will be unfolding within 1 or 2 years. If some of the changes mentioned above have befallen us in just the last 15 years, what will our world be like 15 years from now, and how should we be preparing for it? There can no longer be a central message, only a string of messages to greater and lesser degrees of interest to an ever-expanding and less patient public. Art museums have devoted most of our attention to text and images in devising and serving up new content on the internet. It's multimedia, interactivity, and easy retrieval of information that stand to put text and images to work in service of a museum's mission. The viewer's ability to navigate, participate, and annotate will be the drivers of user traffic and the museum's perceived relevance to the life of a given individual. The baseline for the online offerings of art museums includes illustrated collections management tools, like this one from the Metropolitan Museum of Art, from databases to digital asset management software. These are the building blocks for collections research and experience online, and they help ensure that a structured experience of a museum's holdings is possible, let alone an enhanced navigation with multimedia and interactivity. But many museums are stuck by the perceived necessity for data cleanup, a totem to be worshipped for its apotropaic qualities, staving off ignorance, falsehoods, and sloppy record-keeping. The best solution to the problems facing constipated collections management content is to give permission for errors and proceed from the release of compromised data to its wholesale adoption by individuals in the online community. Print publications are endangered a scant 600 years after they began. For those of us raised in a generation before handheld computers, the seduction of flat-screen or portable computing technology is unpersuasive. The debut this year of the Kindle 2, manufactured by Amazon, was prematurely heralded by some as the end of the book. Instead, like so many other devices snapped up by early adopters, it is more reasonably seen as an accretive device, added to the cell phone, which offers more choices to a discerning consumer. For those who will lament the end of printing, consider the immobility and inflexibility of printed catalogues raisonnés that cannot be updated, augmented, excerpted, adapted, or redacted. It makes no more sense to confine the written word to paper than to limit the spoken word to prepared lectures like this one, while foreclosing the far richer preserve of seminars, conversations, debates, and the like.